Yo, yo, what up, peeps? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right, guys, so I test out the thing them. Uh give me some time. I'm gonna try and figure this. I don't know why TradingView not loading right now. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, go on, peeps. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land. Shout out to everybody on the Zoom. You don't know, we still a grow, we still a build. Um, Today we're gonna have a quick session because of an emergency I have to deal with. Um, Family emergency, but you don't know if they represent same way. So yeah, peeps, it's gonna be a quick session just to go through and see what the plays are for this month, for this week, sorry. Well, this month too, because it's a new month and it's a new week. So we have a whole heap of things to look forward to. So I just want to go through it real quick and then just see what we can get out of the market. So everybody stay, everybody week. How was the week for you guys? Yeah, bro, it is. Everybody hearing me? Y'all hear me, right? Yeah, bro. All right, wicked, 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 wicked. Yo, um, yeah, as I said, guys, it's gonna be a quick move. Yo, thanks again for the support, guys. So we finally open up the Learn and Earn group, and so far we've had a number of persons sign up. 1 second, guys. Yeah, guys. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, so as I said before, guys, thanks for the support so far. Really appreciate the support. We just opened up the learn and earn. And so far, people have been logging in and we've been doing some, we've caught a couple of trades this week. So let's see if we can catch a couple more trades and we can get some more active, we can get more active this week. So if you want to join the learn and earn, guys, there's going to be a link at the end of this video. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna post the link real shortly so you can have that link if you want to join the Learn and Earn, or you can go to my Instagram page, Learn to Trade JA, and just click the link in the bio to start the Learn and Earn. Right? So amazing things are about to happen. I'm excited to take you all on this journey and excited to see how many millionaires we can make from this mission. All right. So yeah, continue to support the movement. Tell people about the movement, tell people about us, and see if we can continue to do great things. All right. Let me see if I can adjust this. Where do I change this? Oh, hold on. Right. Right. All right. All right. Everybody ready? Just drop some ones in the comments if you're ready to get started. Drop some ones in the comment section. If you are ready to get started, drop some ones, so we can know that we're ready to get started. All right. So if you guys wondering why I'm on Zoom, so the Zoom link was sent to the people in my Learn and Earn group. So you guys will be able to actually ask questions and communicate with me on the Zoom. So if you want to jump on and ask any questions or, message me directly on the Zoom, you'll be able to do that. I see some of you already on YouTube as well. So if you want, you can log into the link that I sent in the group and jump on Zoom, right? So you'll be able to join on the live. Everybody else, you can just submit all your questions in the live chat on YouTube and I'll still see them and answer them. All right. So without further ado, guys, because this is going to be quick, let's look at GJ, right? So we're in a new month. Let's start from a 3-month journey. So we're in a new month, right? And because we're in a new month, we now need to look at where price is and where we believe price is going and what we believe price is going to do. So on the 3-month timeline, we're looking at the zones that we're currently in, right? So the zones that we're currently in is this area right here, this zone right here. So price came up, pushed up, and then now pushed down and is rejecting from this zone, right? Do we think that price is going to actually come all the way down and tap into 183.876? It's very much possible. So all that is very much possible, but we don't know for sure what's going to happen. We can always anticipate or try to predict, but what we do is we analyze and we adjust and adapt to whatever the market is giving us, right? So I believe that for the next 3 months, price is going to continue to come down. Reason being, it broke the low of this previous candle, right? So because it broke the low of this previous candle, we can somewhat expect that price might just continue to go down. So it broke the low of this previous candle. I know it's rejecting. To my knowledge, or based on what I think could happen, is that price could probably pull back and then probably finish strong bearish. So based on just a 3-month time frame, we're looking for more sells. But remember, though, guys, that if we look at the 6-month timeline, we see that, you know, this is also showing us that there is sells in the market because there's this wick that possibly needs to be filled down here. So we could find that price actually comes all the way down here to fill this wick at some point. Might be this 6 months or the next 6 months. But overall, currently we're looking at the fact that price is very bearish on the 6 months. So for the past 6 months, price has been very bearish. Or for the past 3 months, rather, price has been very bearish. I'm expecting that price will continue to be bearish coming down here, right? So the first 3 months of the 6-month timeline, we're looking at price going down, right? We don't know if the next 3 months going to be price going up. It could be possibly so, but right now we have to look at what price is doing, and price is going down. So let's go on the 1-month timeline. So on the 1-month timeline, you would have seen where price was actually ranging, right? So price has been ranging in this area for quite some time, for the past, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for the past 7 months, price has been ranging in this area. Price has not broken out of this area. So we're in a range right now, which is very tricky, right? Because we're in a range, we don't know if price is going to push up or push down, because as you can see, price pushed up right here, then it pushed down, then it pushed up, then it pushed down. The interesting thing that we can note from this though is that price actually broke out of this area where it was struggling to close from. So it closed below this area with the previous month candle. So one of two things can happen. Either this is a doji for price to continue up, or this is just a doji for price to grab some liquidity up here and continue down. The latter is where my bias is. My bias is for price to continue to go down, but it's very important for us to see how price opens up. If price opens up without a top wick and starts with a bottom wick, starts to go down first, there's a great chance it will continue up. If price opens up and starts with a top wick, as in start to go up first, there's a great chance it will continue down. So how price opens is going to be extremely critical to what happens over the next month. So we can't be rushing to enter right now. We want to kind of see how price kind of plays out. And then when we see how price plays out, then we can look at where we can take our best entries. So for now, as a new month and a new week, we shouldn't be ready to just jump in the market yet. We'll have to see price kind of do some formulation, show us where it wants to go, and then we go for the big trade. No, that's not saying that you shouldn't take any trades, or we're not going to take any trades. What we do is, for when we are taking the trades, we're going to be taking very limited or small amount of risks, right? So our risk assessment, say if you normally would take a 1% risk, you would probably risk 0.5 or 0.4% of your capital until we understand what we believe the overall move is going to be, and it's showing us proof of that move, then it can risk like the 1% and the 2%. So until price shows us what it really wants to do, I believe that we should wait and just risk a very minimal amount. So it don't mean that we're not going to trade. It's just that we have to be very mindful that price is now in a new month and it's starting to formulate, and we don't want to rush into the market yet, right? So that's the first thing. So on the monthly, we see that price actually broke out and closed below this range that it was in for the past couple of months, for the past 5, 6 months, right? So now it is broke out of here and it closed below here. Do we now expect price to actually create a wick up here and then start to shoot down? That's a very high possibility. So we have to look at that as a possibility. Now let's go down to the 1 week time frame to see how the 1 week looks and to kind of see if there's any more biases that we can confirm. So the first thing we look at is, we're looking at now on the 1 week, we're looking at how market structure is playing out. So as you guys can see, there's a push to the downside here, pull back, and then push. And then price broke above here, retest, and then came back up here. It then came and retest Sorry about that, guys. Not so sure what happened a while ago. Not so sure what happened a while ago, but let's continue. 1 second. All right, so I think we're back, right? So, yeah, so what we're looking at, guys, is the fact that price actually started to show formation. So let me go over that again. So price came, it pushed down, pulled back, and then continued to push. It broke this low, but then it pushed up. And then it created a higher low, but then it didn't break this low. So now it's pushing down and it broke this low. So therefore, what we can see from this is that price is still in a downtrend. And the reason why it's in a downtrend is because when price came and break this low right here, it came up, created a new high, it created a new low, but then it didn't break this high that it created. So this high that was created has not been broken. So because this high has not been broken, right, but a low has been broken, we have to assume that price is still in a downtrend. So we can't assume that price is going to move to an uptrend until we see price break above this high and then start to retest to continue to push up. So as it stands now, we are still in a downtrend. So that is confirmed on the 6-month timeline, the 6-month time frame, the 3-month time frame, the monthly time frame, and now the weekly time frame is signaling to us that we're in a downtrend, right? So we should only be looking for sells, right? And remember, I told you guys that when it comes on to a downtrend, right, you want to focus mainly on the lows. Once the lows are broken, or once the high is being maintained, sorry, you want to focus on the high in a downtrend. Once the highs are being maintained, you're still in a downtrend. So as you can see, this high right here has not been broken. This high right here has not been broken. This high right here has not been broken, right? Even these highs have not been broken. If you want to look at these two highs, I'm not really interested in these two highs because these two highs did not cause a reaction or a break of structure, right? So I'm focused on these 1, 2, 3 highs. So as long as these 3 highs have not been broken, then we're still going to be looking for trades down. When these highs get broken now, I will start to look for a retest for price to push up. But until then, I'm only looking for price to break structure, and continue to the downside. All right. So on the weekly, this is what we're looking like. Even though it's a ranging market, we can still see where structure is being maintained. Right. So this is the highest point on the weekly. And this is the lowest point that was there until price broke it. And now we're focused on this point right here. Because guess what? Price broke out of this area and has closed below this area right here where the line is. So therefore, we're looking for price to actually continue to push down and at least stop right here before it continues to push up, or if it's going to push up at all. So far, we know that we're looking for sells still looking for sells, right? As we go to the daily time frame, we can say the confirmation again of a downtrend. So price is still going down. So already all our confluences are telling us that price is going down. As a matter of fact, if you look on the daily and you look on the 200 MA, right, or EMA, you would say that the EMA, the price is still below the EMA, which signals to us again that price is still on the downtrend. No. On the daily, what we're going to be focusing on over the next couple of days is where is price and has price broken any highs, even on the daily. And so far, no highs have been broken. So let's mark off our key levels, our key highs for this week, right? So let's start with this high right here. So this is our high, right? Then price came up, created this high, and then broke this level with this high. So now this is our lower high, right? So this is our high, this is our lower high, this is our low, right? So we have our low, we have our high, price came down, but it didn't break a low, but then it came back up and created this high and break this previous low right here. So now this becomes our low. So this becomes our lower low, right? And then this lower low created this lower high. So now this is our lower high, right? So now this lower high broke this low right here and created a lower low. So now we have a lower low, right? And then this lower low went up back and then created a high. So this is now a lower high. Now, I'm going to put you guys in on a very important secret, right? Now, I don't consider this a true lower high. And because I don't consider it a true lower high, I'm expecting that price could possibly come back, right? And then push price up here and then start to go down. The reason why if price should break this high, say for instance, tomorrow or the day after price breaks this high, I'm not going to jump in a buy right away. I would need to see price push down, retest, and then push up and start to break this high, because this high to me is the key high. And the reason why this high is a key high for me is because this high created this low, but this high did not create a low, a lower low. The current high that is there, it has not yet created a lower low. So until this current high creates a lower low, I can anticipate that price will come back, take out this high, maintain this high, and then start to go down and start to roll over again. So until this happens, which is the break off here, price retest, and then start to go up, I am not considering any buys, right? I'm only looking for sells. So for our sells, we're looking for price to come up here, probably break here, and then start to break back down here and start to go down for more sells into $184 region. So that's what we're looking at for GJ. So on the daily, based on what we're seeing, we're looking at price to come up here and then start to tumble over. Or price could actually move before that, because this is an area as well on the lower time frame where price can tap into and then start to tumble over. So price can always come up here as well and then start to tumble over, right? So what we're saying now is that this area right here, this whole entire area right here is considered our area of interest, right? So now that this is considered our area of interest, we want to see what price does when it comes into this area. And anybody who, and for the guys that are in my actual Learn and Earn group, I will tell you, or I've given you enough understanding as to what you need to look for when price gets here. What are your entry confirmations? What you're looking for the market to do before entering the trade, right? So when price gets here, you know what the confirmation is. But because we're on YouTube and now I have people who are paying me to get this kind of knowledge, I can't tell you guys what to look out for when price gets into that zone. However, we're waiting for price to come into this zone to now actually push down. All right. So that is what we're looking at for GJ. So on GJ, we're looking for price to push up, come somewhere in this zone, and then start to push down again. Right? And then when it starts to push down, we can use this as our first target. And then we can use the bottom of the range right here as our second target. Right? So let me know if you guys understand. Let me know if it's clear. Let me know if you guys understand. Anybody in the chat from the group, if you have any questions, let me know. You guys good? Everybody else good? Everybody from the Zoom, good? Everybody understand? Everybody clear? Yeah, just drop a 1 for me if you completely understand. Hey D, all right. Big up Deandra, I see you. So I wanted to do the beginner's course today, but I can't do it today because I have an emergency that I have to handle today. But I'm going to do it next week, Sunday. Right? So next week, Sunday, I'm going to be doing a full-on beginners course, like a mini course live. So you guys can see exactly, what you need to start trading, how you need to trade, understanding candlesticks, what apps you need to use, how to understand lot size, how to calculate a lot size. All of these things I'm going to be going through on that. So, you need to book your spots and coming. Deandra, I might do like a one-on-one video because I wanted to get up to speed because I'm going to be sending more signals in the Learn and Earn groups. I might do a one-on-one video during this week to kind of get that for you. But for everybody else who has never traded before, don't understand trading, or if you even have been trading, but you want to go back to the basics of how I see it, and learn from how I see it and see if I can explain the basics to you. I'm going to be doing a mini course. I've already put it up on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a mini course on next week, Sunday, the 9th, I think is the 9th, right? Where you get all the basics and all the knowledge of trading so that when I'm explaining these things to you, you'll be able to understand exactly what I'm talking about. All right? Everybody good at that? Okay, awesome. All right, wicked, 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 wicked. All right, so now that we have GJ on the wraps, if you guys want us to move on to another peer, you can just say one in the chat so we can move on to gold. If you're ready to move on to gold, let's type one in the chat for me. One in the chat, please. Right, man. Okay, wicked, wicked, wicked. All right, so we can run through gold real quick. As I said before, I have a limited time, so let's run through gold real quick. Let me get rid of, can't show you the secret sauce right here. Let me get rid of this real quick. Some secret sauce there right there. So I'm gonna get rid of this again. Yes. I have some secret notes that I don't want you guys to see. It's only for my Learn and Earn members. I've been working on something nice for you guys that I'm gonna drop soon, right? So let us look at gold. Let's start with the 6 month. So as you can see, gold has been on a overload high for the past year, 2 years, 3 years, right? So gold has actually been on a serious high starting from 2022. Gold has just been pushing up every 6 months. Gold is moving up, 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 up. There's no slowing down for gold, right? So gold is here, and then over the past month, it made its all-time high here, and it's still in somewhat of an all-time high. It broke this previous high here, and now it's in this zone. So are we expecting gold to continue up and create more all-time highs, or are we expecting gold to start to push down and then start to come down? I don't know. I don't know. But let us see what happens. On the 3 month timeline, we're seeing the same thing. So gold is in this zone. There is nothing that changed. Gold is pushing up, right? On the 1 month time frame, we're seeing where gold pushed up, but guess what? Last month, right, it created this long wick right here. Is that a sign that gold is now ready to push down? Not necessarily. It could be that the candle, the new monthly candle, can open up with a bottom wick and then push and fill this wick and create yet another all-time high. So we have to be mindful that any card can play at this point because guess what? Gold is at an all-time high. We don't know where it's going to end up. Now, let us look on the weekly. On the weekly, though, this shows us something very critical. It ended with this strong bearish candle to the downside. Now, if this bearish candle on the weekly did cover this third candle, I would have said that we're on the way down completely, because this would have been a 3-candle strike. But because it stopped at this candle, there might be a chance that price could actually create a wick and then continue to push up. So we're not completely out of the woods when it comes on to buys for gold or sells for gold. We might be seeing some buys coming into gold for this week. It's very possible, right? So let's look at the daily now to kind of see if we can get any clearer zones as to where we can start our entry. Now, the first thing we want to look at is you want to see that price. All right, let me just break it down for you this way, right? So price pushed up. It made a quick stop right here, literally 2 days, and then it pushed up again. Push down, push up, push down, push up, and then it started doing some ranging stuff. And now price is here. This is where price has closed, right? So price has closed there, right? Now we look at the place where price actually broke out of from first, which is right there. So price broke out of here, right? It created this low right here. And it created this high that we've already marked off. So this zone is where it's coming from, because it broke it broke this zone, came down, retested it, and continued to push down. So now we have our zones that we're looking at price to actually react to, right? This would be our next zone, or this is the low of that zone. So now we realize that price is actually in this zone. Now, the important factor that we need to point out is that price has already tapped the bottom of the zone, and it's coming from the top of the zone, which means there's a great chance that price, because it didn't break below here. So it didn't break below, it didn't close below here, right? Which is the most previous low. If I go on the line chart, you see it did not break this. Sorry, guys. It has not broken this low. Come on. It has not broken this low right here, right? It did not close below. So there's a great chance that price might just bounce from this level. So price might do something like this and start to bounce up, right? So again, that confirms, as we have seen on the 6 month, the 3 month, the 1 month, and the weekly, that price is not necessarily selling off. It had some sells, yes, but that don't mean it's going to continue to sell. It's a matter of fact, right? If you look at the market structure again, boom, 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 we would see that this previous area where price pushed from, this right here would have been the low. So until price breaks and close below this low, there's a great chance that it could continue to push up. So we are still overall bullish on gold. We're still overall bullish. Now, what would need to happen is that we need to see how price opens up for the week, right? Do we have price opening up with a bottom wick first? Because if price opens up with a bottom wick, then we can look for price to continue to push up, right? Or if price opens up with a top wick, then we can look for price to actually start to tumble down. So those two elements are going to be critical. It is critical to see how price opens up, right? And how price closes. So those things are going to be critical. So at the moment, as we can see, price have this nice big candle, but we can't take this candle off face value because overall price is still bullish. So as you look at the daily, let's look at the 4 hour to see what going with the 4 hour. As you can see, now look at this now, guys. Now look at this, right? Price maintain this price broke out from the same low that we're talking about. So imagine this now, that's why it's important to understand your time frames. So price broke out of this low, but then immediately it breaks back in. And what else did we see? We see it retest. What did it retest? People in the Zoom, what you see it retest? Zoom, where it retest?
The breakout zone.
Not only the breakout zone, but you see this line right here? What's this? Moving average. It tapped on the moving average, and then immediately as it tapped the new moving average, it breaks back into this zone. Now, because it breaks back into this zone, tomorrow, what we could possibly be looking for is more buys to tap back into this area. So these are the little signals to us that, hey, price is still bullish on gold, because this is a very critical area right here. So the only time now we can start to look for sales is if price comes up, taps into this area, and it starts to break these lows, and then we can start look back for sales. But for now, we have to start looking for buys, right? So this area right here, price broke out of here. So this area right here is where we're expecting price to at least come back to if it's gonna sell. So it needs to come back to here to retest this area and then start to drop. So it needs to do something like this. It needs to come up, retest the area, and then start to drop. Or if it comes up and then starts to maintain, then we know that we're going to continue up, right? So if tomorrow comes and we're in a trade, because really and truly, this is one of our entry confirmation candles, right? So if I was swing trading, I would have entered on this candle and took it all the way to this zone right here. So we're looking at price pushing up here and us having a nice little 1 to 3 if we're supposed to enter. But I'm not swing trading, and I don't like to swing trade, especially gold. So I'm going to leave this alone. All right. All right, guys. So I get the signal that I still have to go. So let's run through this quickly, right? So right now we're looking at price still in an uptrend. So we have a couple of confluences. So what our confluences are, right? Our confluence is that price overall is in an uptrend. But one of the biggest confluence that we have is that even though price is now creating a structure to the downside, the most important low that it created, which is this low right here, it has not broken, right? It came down and then it started to go back up. So therefore, we're looking for more buys on gold. So gold for me is buy bias. Now, not saying it can't sell. The market can do whatever it wants to do. But for me, I am looking for buys. As a matter of fact, today, Sunday, you might be able to get some entries for buys to the next zone. So if it is that you're one of those risk takers, right, you can see price has broken this area right here. So we're now looking for price to pull back into this zone between today and tomorrow, and then see if we can find a buy go up. Right? So as you can see, this is structure. This is the new structure forming right here. Right? So price could come back, and then you would start to see this formation going up. So now, you see where price can start to now do this. Boom, boom, to there, right? So if it is that the market opens up today into tomorrow, and you start to see this pullback, we'd want to see the pullback come into this area right here, start to reject, show signs of entry, and then we start to go to the upside. So like, for instance, if we should pull our Fibonacci, we start from here and go to here, you'd say that this is not like a nice zone that you'd want price to actually pull back to. Right? So if you start from here to here, you see this zone, if price should pull back to this zone, shows a sign of confirmation, then push up. And what you realize about this zone, it will fall back right in line with the trend line, right? For those trend line traders. I don't trade trend line, but it's just to kind of give you an idea and let you guys see exactly what we're looking at, right? So I'm buy biased overall on gold, for gold to either come right here and push up, or come down here and push up. So that's what we're looking for gold. That's what we're looking for gold for the next couple of days. I'm still looking for buys on gold. As you can see, this is a morning star formation. Price came down. The only thing I don't like about this morning star formation is the fact that this is a red candle. I would have preferred if this was a green candle. If this was a green candle, I'd be super convinced that this is going to push up. But because it's a red candle, the doji candle right here is a red candle, I might be considering that it's too weak for it to push up. But let's see. Let's see what happens. All right. So for gold, I am completely buy biased. All right. Everybody understand? If you understand, just type a 1 in the chat. And so we can move on to the next pair. All right. So I'm seeing the ones. Awesome. Seeing the ones. All right. So let's recap. GJ, we're looking for sells, looking for price to come back up in here, show some confirmation to go down, right? On gold, we're looking for price to come back little and push up to somewhere up in here at minimum, right? So we're looking for buys and we're looking for sells on GJ and we're buy biased on gold. Now let's look at NAS, guys, real quick, right? So on NAS, we can see where NAS is heading down, but let us do a full analysis to see what's happening. So on the 6-month timeline, we're seeing where NAS was pushing up, and so far, over the past 3 months, it's starting to trend down. Now, is it going to continue down? We don't know, but it looks that way, right? So price broke out of this area, right? It came up here, created a wick, which is an all-time high, and started to reject off of the wick. So it created an all-time high, and now it's starting to reject, right? So overall, so far, it looks like NAS might continue to go down, right? But let's look at the 3-month time frame to see what's happening. So the 3-month and the 6-month look pretty much identical, right? The close of this 3-month is 29 days from now. So based on how the candle look, is it going to close doji or is it going to continue to push down? Or will it flip and go back up? We don't know. Let's look at the monthly and see what happens. So the monthly giving us even a much clearer direction. So if you can notice with these candles, the difference between this candle, and this candle is that those 3 candles is losing momentum. And after it lost momentum, then you had this candle with this long wick that started to push down. So are we looking at then price to come up, create a wick, and then start to create a body to the downside? That could be possibly it. So guess what? We need to mark off here. We need to mark off here, right? So those zones are the zones that we need to mark off because price is currently in those zones right now on the monthly time frame. Now, let's see if we can get more data. So what we do is we look at the overall idea of the trend, and then we say, all right, where's price going? All right, we see price going there. Now let's go on the lower time frame to get more details, more data, right? As we go to the lower time frame, now what we're seeing is where price has started ranging in this area right here, right? So we're seeing where price is now ranging. So price came in here, pulled back, and then it started ranging in this area. So that's a bear ranging, right? So at the moment, what we realize also is that it has not broken out of this zone. So price for the past week is still in this zone, which means that price could still continue to range because it has not broken out of the zone. What we need to see is we need to see price actually break out of the zone before we start thinking sells, right? Or we can look on the lower time frame to see if it's giving us any information that price could obviously continue to sell. But based on how the weekly looks, this is just consolidation at the moment. So there's nothing really happening on NAS, right? But let's go to the daily. As you can see, same thing, right? So with the daily, right? Well, let's look at this low. So with the daily, this was the high that was created. This was the true low that created this true high. And then price has been moving sideways. But what hasn't it done? Even though it came down here, what did you realize that price has not done? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? What we realize that price has not done? We have this low and then price came down here. What have price not done?
Break the previous low.
Right. It has not broken this low. This low is not broken, and because this low is the low that caused this high. Right? And price has not broken this high either. It has maintained this high. Right? And then the low came. It did not break the low, so it's maintaining this low. So that is why I'm saying to you that there's a great chance that price might continue to range for this week or might come back into this range for this week. So there's no clear direction as to where price is going to go for NAS, right? But let us look on the lower time frame again, like on the 4 hour, to see if there are any possibilities of any trades being taken. No. We can't look at sales just yet because price has not broken this area. So we can't look at sales or full-blown sales rather, right? So what we can say is that price created this level here, that price broke out of. With that again, so you have this level here that price broke out of, right? So we could anticipate that price, if it opens up with a top wick first, it's going to come up here and then start to go down for sales. That's a possibility. What we can see is that it's also, the price has actually broken the EMA and is now below the EMA, which indicates that there could be sales. So, but what we want to see is we want to see price come back up, retest somewhere into this area, and then start to push down. So these are areas of interest on the 4 hour time frame. So what we want to see is, we don't know the bias yet, so therefore we don't have a main bias. But what we can look for to take some trades is, we want to see either price come up here, start to reject and start to push down, and we get in for a sell, or we want to see price start to break these highs and go back and start to break back the EMA. And when it starts to break by the EMA, we want to see come back for a retest, start to show signs of rejection, and then we can ride the wave back up. All right, but for now, we're looking for price to continue to go down. 1 second, guys. All right, guys. So, want to see price push up and then push down, right? Or we want to see price break above here, start to reject, and then start to push up. All right. So that is what we're looking for. Cool. So as it relates to NAS, there's no clear indication as to where NAS is going to go. But once we can see these things, then we can look for the opportunities for price to push up. Now, let's look at US 30.
Beat up NAS this week, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You can mash it up, man. We have a little strategy. We'll see if we can make a little strategy work. But we can't bust a strategy online, you know? So US 30 is the same as NAS, right? Just looking at the 4 hour, this area right here, which is the area that caused all of this move, has not been broken yet, but it has been retested. And if you notice, the moment it got retested, the candle started to push up, and price is below the EMA, right? So the only way we can start to look for sells is if we start to see price rejecting from the EMA and start to push down, right? That is when we know, okay, we can jump in for sales. If not, we want to see price actually push up, retest here, and then continue to come up. But right now, I am looking at sales, but I don't have a clear bias. But I'm leaning towards sales. It don't mean that I'm saying, you know, we're definitely selling, but I'm leaning towards sales based off of the structure and based off of the fact that price has been ranging in this area, right? Which means that either one of two things, either this is a fake out for price to continue to push up, or this is where price stop and it's now going to go down. So we just have to be patient and wait and see what happens. If you look on the daily, yeah, you can see this could always, this could definitely be like even a retest. This right here could always be a break and retest, right? Because we also have this low. We also have this low that price has not broken out of yet. So this could always be a retest for price to continue to push up and create more all-time highs. All right. So my let's call it a bias. My bias on NAS is, I mean, on US 30 is bias. That's my bias. So I have a bias of buys on US 30. All right. So US 30 looking like it's gonna buy. All right. So yeah, there you go. Respect, Jonathan. You are correct. So that's it, guys. As I said before, I have to run. I'm pretty late, but I have to run right now. I appreciate you guys spending another Sunday with me. Team in the Zoom, we're going to be having another session probably tonight or tomorrow. I'll let you know. We'll be looking for more trades this week, see if we can make some money this week, and then I'd look for you guys. You know, I want to do, all right, so I'm going to be doing live. I guarantee that I can do live on Wednesdays and Fridays. We can do a live trading sessions on Wednesdays and Fridays, right? And in the other days of the week, I'll let you know if I can do live. But for now, I'll definitely be able to send you the signals every day, show you the markup, show you what I'm looking for, like I've been doing, and see if we can get some trades and make some money. For everybody else, if you want to join the Learn and Earn, just go to my Instagram page, click on the link in my bio, and you'll be able to see the Learn and Earn and have access to it, and you can just join the Learn and Earn. It's only $67 per month, right? The first payment is $99 because there's a fee that we have to pay. But once you pay that $99, every month after that is $67. And this is a limited time. So once my membership reaches a certain level, I'm going to cut it off and I'm going to increase the price tremendously because I want to ensure that it's not too much people in the group so I can monitor and manage the persons that I am actually teaching and training, right? But I still have free content on YouTube. It won't be as detailed as we have it in the Learn and Earn group, but you still have enough content that you can actually do your trading and actually trade. All right. So thanks again, guys, for chilling with me. I really appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. We're going to have a next session next week. Again, regular chart breakdown Sundays, and next week, Sunday as well, I'm going to be doing a beginner's Learn and Earn, or a beginner's course in trading. So everybody, if you don't know anything about trading, just make sure you hit the notification bell. You find the YouTube video, there's the live stream that I'm going to be doing on the 9th of March. Hit the notification bell so that when I start, you're notified so you can log in and watch it. All right, peeps. So I'm about to log out now. It's been great having you. Thanks a lot for chilling with me, and I'll see you next week. All right. Peace.